For my own opinion, I don't think it has anything to do with seaport or anything in Lagos. It has to do with also creating similar business environment in other states, removing security, do power so that small businesses can grow. If I can establish my business in Enugu and I can sell, I can do well, why do I have to come to Lagos? It's because there's nothing for people to do in some other environments in the country. So people are looking for where can I survive. Coming to Lagos is more of a survivor than anything. I've been to some other states and I found out that for people that establish small business owners, they are living comfortably. It's not a must that all of us must live in mansion and the rest. If you have 2 children and you have a 10-bedroom like people claim they have, if the 2 children live for abroad for school and the rest, you and your wife virtually will not sleep in 2 rooms at the same time. What are you doing with the 10-bedroom? Who is going to clean it? It's the same thing. We are complaining of bandits in the northern part of the country. We are also creating another bandit in Lagos. Whether we like it or not, the Agberos has become a menace. If you drive in the night now, you are very unsafe, even sometime in the afternoon. So you can imagine that is how they grew in the East, because their leader consistently put them under abject poverty. They don't have something to do, they are not educated. So what would they do? Every opportunity to have something that will enable them to survive, they will. When Fashola was the governor of the state, he developed some infrastructure, he managed the population. He found out that people feel safe on the road, people were doing their businesses, people were not afraid. The reverse is the case now. If you are in Lagos when that man was a governor, compare his tenure to where we are now. It's worse. If you went to buy something in the market now, maybe a TV that you want to go and use in your house, before you walk for 10 distance, like 20 set of different human beings will come and meet you to be giving them money for something you save your money to buy. The government need to take decision. You want to keep this state safe, you want to keep this state as Lagos, the city of excellence like you called it, some decision need to be taken. Except we take that decision, we continue to experience inflow of people from different parts of the world and in the country, and the infrastructure will not be able to accommodate us.
The infrastructures in question, if we can go back to the true federal system, that's altering the provisions of the Constitution, the second schedule attached to the Constitution, I think it will lessen the burden of Lagos as the state where everybody wants to migrate to. Just imagine we have seaports in other states in Nigeria. It will reduce the pressure, it will reduce the population, and of course the international airport is also another issue. We have the Anambra State Airport, which they were not granted the license to go international. At least for now, they still go local. Those are many of the issues plaguing Lagos State right now. If the federal government can at least decentralize to an extent, it will reduce the pressure on Lagos. I believe so.
Lagos is a mega city, a center of excellence where so many industries have their head office, most especially. So Lagos, by the grace of God, you can get something, even though it's not that high or a federal government job, at least something that can keep you, that can fend for your needs. And the business circulation, and it's more like an industrious state where there is free flow of income. The employment rate is not too difficult or static. Lagos is where you lose your job and the next minute you get another job. There is this kind of free flow of employment. The advantage is trying to help Lagos government to increase in their tax and also the development of Lagos. The cons about it is everybody is channeling their mindset into Lagos. Definitely the development of Lagos will be conspicuous compared to other states.
Land mass is about 3,000 or so square kilometers. Population is 20 million. Population per square kilometer is about 7,000 people per square kilometer. That is congestion in another word. Now, advantage, you can tax people to get income. Disadvantage, because if you don't manage the population, you don't manage your laws, environmental laws are not enforced, it becomes a problem, it becomes a crisis. So if you want to manage that kind of environment, you need to enforce the law, environmental law. Look at this whole place, everywhere is filthy. The drainages are all blocked. Once there's a massive rain in Lagos, the whole place is flooded because there's absence of proper governance. You need to enforce the law, environmental laws. If people are selling everywhere, there's no way Lagos can be clean. Any drainage you open, filled with nylon, plastic bottles and all that, there's no way the state can function this way. In other parts of the world, you don't tell people you cannot enter a place. You use your regulations. You see, there are a lot of people who are in Lagos who have no business being in Lagos. If you have regulation about the kind of place you live in, the kind of things you can do, if you can enforce street trading, that you cannot just come and be selling anywhere you like, they won't come to Lagos. Other states too must also put their ass together. Most of our states are failed states. That's the truth. The governors are not doing anything. They just collect FAC, share it, and business as usual. You don't have any production going on in most of the states. Internally generated revenue is abysmal. Every state has what it can do to grow. The northern parts of the country can afforestate the environment, plant trees, economic trees that will bring revenue to the states, and you solve the problem of deforestation, desertification, and global warming. Solve the problem, you make income, you solve the other problem. Issue of flooding. The state governments have not done anything. The River Niger, River Benue are filled up over the years. They have been told to desilt, dredge it, and all that. Nothing has been done. Everybody is waiting for federal government. The federal government on its own too have failed because they have not done what they're supposed to do as the federal government. The dams that are supposed to have been built have not been built. We're all sitting there crossing and looking at ourselves, and we are surprised that there's flooding. Why should we be surprised? The state government needs to do the right things, ensure that we enforce the law. The infrastructure needs to be, the money in Lagos must be spent in Lagos. Ensure that you do the infrastructure, state of the quality of work you do too. Roads should last. You don't build the road and after 3 months, the road is filled. That is nonsense.